Live here on McMotherfucking Friday. We are live here in the Boneyard. Please, we have introduce yourself. I'm sort of fanboying again, so just please introduce yourself here. Yeah.
I'm from the band Lutharo.
Right on. And where are you guys out of?
Hamilton, Ontario. Fun.
Nice.
Oh, you're local. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought you were actually from the States there.
No, they seem to be having a better run than us right now, though.
Right?
Yeah. Is the whole band's out of Hamilton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all out of Hamilton.
Oh, okay. Shit. That's all right, eh? That's not far at all.
Right on.
But
all right, so go ahead, EJ.
No,
it's all you.
You go ahead, Amanda. I'll let you go this time.
All right. Oh, no, I just broke my bobby pin. Sorry, I'm trying to learn how to escape handcuffs, so I'm going to be practicing while we're doing the show tonight. So what's new? How was your week? What are you guys up to? What are you up to?
Well, we just finished, we're still practicing and stuff, well, as much as we can with all the lockdown crap, basically, but we do drums and guitars for our upcoming album, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, so I've just been practicing a lot, working, usual, pretty much.
Right on. Right on. Awesome. So, with all the practicing and the stuff that you guys are doing, are you planning on releasing anything in the next, let's call it 12 months?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're hoping for the fall. We're going to release a full-length album, so yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, that's exciting right there, right?
Oh,
work on
so
it.
did you guys all grow up together? Like all the members?
Me and Victor somewhat did. Like we went to the same high school our last year, and then we kind of the other guys way. But me and Victor kind of go the first back, I suppose.
Right on, eh?
awesome.
Yeah, I was watching a couple of your videos there last night. I mean, I'm terrible with names and stuff. I actually just posted it up saying we were going live with you guys. Can you tell me a little bit about the process when you guys are making the videos and shit like that? Like,
the music itself, we've done it over the course of 8 hours kind of thing, and it's majority of it is like setup time. Depending on where you are, just you want to set everything up and then basically running around to do 7,000 different shots, 7,000 different ways. The same song over and over again for 8 hours.
yeah, that's got to be fun as hell, eh?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right on. So, what was it like working with Kale Costello? You guys worked with him a year ago, maybe?
It was
a couple of years ago.
Yeah, about a year ago now, because he played drums on our Wings of Agony EP. So we were with him for maybe about half a year, maybe less than that, going up to the album. So that was awesome. He is an incredible drummer, and he's kind of coached Duval, our new drummer, along the way because Duval had to learn all of his parts and stuff too. So it's been really good. As well, and yeah, it's been good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I've known Kale since grade 9.
Oh, really?
Maybe. And we're this far away from 40, so I've known Kale a long time. He's a good dude. So when I saw that you guys got to work with him, I was really, really happy about that because you guys are one of my favorite bands, and he's probably one of my top 3 favorite drummers. For sure. For me, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So, right on. That's awesome.
Well,
and that show at the warehouse you guys did was for their release party?
Yeah, that was probably close to one of our last shows we played, honestly. It was, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was one hell of a night, too.
Back when
I remember you telling me about it when when I told Amanda that I had you guys said you were cool to come on the show and shit, and then all of a sudden she bust out this story, right?
Well,
Apparently it was a pretty good
told
show,
the
right?
story first, but I actually met Krista for the first time at the Coalition.
Yes, I do remember.
That was such a fun show.
Bathroom, I believe. Remember, I remember faces. I'm not good with names, but I do remember faces.
We were talking about.
I know all about that.
We were obviously talking about how that like massive sound comes out of you, because like I know how tall you actually are. Yeah. So the sound that comes out of you is like, I don't know. You could probably almost use the word incredible to describe it. But we were talking about, right? That was awesome. We were talking about Sofa City Sounds, the compilation book that I write, that I still want you guys to be in.
Yes, that was.
So as far as shameless plugs goes.
yeah, right. Well, that's why we're here, right?
Oh man, what a fucking show that was! That was the Crimson Shadow show, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure, yes, with from the guys from Montreal. What the heck is their name?
Okay, so I went both nights. There was, between the Friday and the Saturday, there was like Crimson Shadows, Death Perception, you guys, Snake River Redemption, Ammo, Moo Tank. There was like 10 bands between both nights. So okay. I was there both nights. I know that it was you guys and Crimson Shadows.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know if Snake River was the same as you guys or the night before.
I think so. I think they played right before us. I think, what the heck is the band's name that headline? They're from Montreal. I'm thinking it was that show. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, shit.
Let's say I might even know them.
They start with a B. It was Crimson Shadows that headlined the show, but it was another band before them that played. I would say they probably both headlined the show. Both performances were pretty out there.
Yeah.
But Borealis was the name of that band.
Yes.
I know that. Not know the band. I know their music and stuff, but I don't know them personally yet, right? But
yeah, they were pretty good. That was a lot of fun. I went back the next night and what?
I was just gonna ask, like, who all have you like collaborated with and played with on stage and stuff? What were some of the moments in like while you were on, like this? This is awesome, like.
Well, we played with a ton of people. Like as far as big bands go, I would say Unleash the Archers and Ailstorm have to be like the.
Oh, Hailstorm, I like that band very much.
Those biggest shows.
That'd be sick. Did you guys open for them? Like, were they next after you guys then, or?
For Ailstorm, it was us, and then FNR from France, and then Ailstorm. So yeah. On a tour.
I know both those bands. Yeah, that's awesome. They're actually on both those bands. I can pull them on my playlist right now. Like I already have them on there, right? So. That's pretty cool, man.
I saw that tour at Call the Office, but it was Crimson Shadows that opened up for them.
Yes, in London, right?
Yeah. What a show that was! Oh my god.
It was so fun. It was play such a small. It was like packed. It was a good night, even though it was
yeah.
Sometimes those smaller venues are better. You get more of a feel with the crowd. It's more personal, It's something that sticks more out in your brain than some of the bigger shows come a blur.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's more intimate that way. Like you're actually closer to the crowd and stuff. I don't know. In my opinion, I like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same. Like the Opera House is one of my favorite places to go. It's nice and tight. The band's literally smokes out back, so you go outside and have your smoke with the bands and stuff, right?
Casual, like a big gate, I guess, around you, and like having I don't know how far in between the stage, and I don't know.
Oh, that's gotta be. It's way better, yeah, for sure. When they're right there, like your sweat's landing on the crowd and the crowd sweat, you can smell them. They're, it's like, it gives you that extra boost of energy, right? To be that close and personal with the crowd. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
You know how much you miss being in the show when the sweat is the detail that you miss the most.
Show and that's what you're smelling. It's the most irritating thing. You're just like, oh, you get like weight. You're like, oh god.
Yeah.
Like, back there.
We had a friend of ours there, Johnny No Cash, mentioned that he misses the smell of piss just from being into those pubs and playing those shows,
Yeah.
Like whenever like you go in for like a load in or something, and then that's like the first thing that hits you in the face as soon as you walk in the venue is just yeah. I don't know why, but yeah. Maybe like
it's
bathrooms. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but I think it's the same thing for all of us. It's like the most terrible smell in the world, but it's kind of like a, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, if you walked into my house and it smelled like that, you wouldn't be hanging out. You know what I mean? But to do that in the bar and shit, or like in that scene, it's totally different. Like.
Oh yeah. I keep saying that I miss the 6 a.m. dirty train rides as my office, because like I used to go to Hamilton, Toronto, like all these different areas, and hang out in the bars and get all gross and whatever, and then go to my hotel room, sleep in the clothes that I was in at the bar, and I get up the next morning, right, smelling like a dumpster fire, and I get on the train and come back home to Niagara Falls.
Well, you take the GO train then.
That was the best part of it, getting on the train and people looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? And I'm like, oh my God, what a night, right? Like literally out loud, because you're still in that moment. So, I mean, I guess the piss smell just goes along with it.
Everything does. It's the whole environment, the whole smell. Like, it's so funny because you can walk up to literally anyone into that piss sweat smelling bar and say, hey, and have a conversation and meet. It's almost like a family when you're all standing there waiting for you guys to come on and play your set. You know what I mean? Like, it's
and
amazing,
they're in the middle of the
right?
crowd too. Mm-hmm. That's the nicest part about I'll call it the metal world, even though I'm sure we're all a community, even though we don't all know each other. That's the nicest part about the world. Is everybody wants to talk to everybody. Everybody's nice to everybody. The second we all meet, we all know each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you've never met before, the second you meet somebody, you know them. They're your person, your friend, your whatever, and there's no hesitation about that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for the brief moment for that show, and then you never see them again. You guys were like this for that moment in time, and you'll never replace that, right? It's all because of the music, because of you guys playing on that stage for us, right? Like that's.
Yeah. Well, when I first started actually talking to Walter, everybody knows Walter. When I first started talking
the other day.
out with him, I had high-fived that guy 150,000 times before I actually stopped and shook his hand and went, hey, I'm Amanda. Like 15 years of concerts of just walking past him and high-fiving him and going back in the pit and whatever I was doing. And then one day I finally stopped and I went, hey, I'm Amanda. And he went, hey, I'm Walter. And, he's one of my best friends now. I talk to him all the time.
My buddy Boone and us, we come up from up north to hit the shows all the time. And we always called him Bigfoot because he always has those big combat boots on. For about a good year or two, seeing him at all the shows. Then finally we were like, let's just fucking hang out with this guy. He's always here too, right? Yeah, it's been quite a few years. And the only time I see the guy is at a concert. It's not like, but it's crazy.
So what I want to know is, how did you discover that you could sing like you do? Like how did you know that you could go from, like I've heard pretty much all of you. I don't know. How did you know you go from that guttural growl right up to as high as you can?
Lots and lots of The screaming itself came like years ago, just listening to Arch Enemy, like mimicking Angela, basically.
Mm.
But everything else was just kind of developed as I went. Like, I always knew I could hit higher notes as a singer because I used to sing opera a lot when I was younger, which is really random. I knew I had.
That's awesome.
Screaming was like another thing that was way. But yeah, I don't. You just have to learn how to like place everything where, like, feel it out in your body where it goes. It's changing gears in a car kind of thing. You just feel when you need to change the hit. But it's weird. It's like you have to feel it in your body, basically.
So is it like a breathing thing too, though?
For sure. Well, like if you don't have proper breath support with, like you can get proper breath support, but you mess up your voice. But like with screaming, before I was doing false chord screaming, now I'm doing screaming. With fry screaming, if you're properly, you're not going to make the sound. So you need to have proper breath support to actually make the sound.
Right.
Which is half the battle. And trying to figure out the tones and another thing.
That's crazy. Yeah, I can't sing to save my life.
I was actually gonna, with that note, like, you've done like training. Have you gone to school for singing and stuff, or has it just come naturally to you?
Singing, I've done like a few lessons for like clean singing here and there. Like when I was younger and years ago for screaming though, I was self-taught Melissa Cross for a few lessons. She's like the well-known metal vocalist guru. So I went to her lessons online, and yeah, that's how I basically learned how to try. Went false chord to that, but yeah, that's basically it.
Right on. Right on. And what is it that what song or album or moment or whatever, memory, what is it that made you decide that metal was it for you? You were a metalhead, metal, you were gonna get, for me it was War Pigs. I heard that song and I like, where have you been all my life? And that was it. That was it. I was a metalhead for the rest of my life. I so what was it for you that just kind of made you go this way?
For me, it was Megadeth. When I first, because like I listened to metal, but more like bands that were coming through at all ages. I was mostly like hardcore bands or like brutal death metal bands and stuff, and like I liked it. But it just wasn't my like style, like my genre. And then when I heard Megadeth through a boyfriend at the time, I was like, I'm home. This is where I'm supposed to be. This kind of, and then from that it branched to Pantera, Metallica, to Iron Maiden, to Judas Priest, and then Amon Amarth, Arch Enemy, and branched from there. But yeah, clean singing, and the melody kind of changed it for me, and then eventually I got more, but yeah.
Right on. Awesome. That's fantastic. DJ, you having an issue with your co-host over there or what?
A fucking dog's so big I can't do nothing to stop him.
Oh, he's got this, what is it, a bull mastiff in the home the house that he lives in, and the dog probably outweighs him by 100 pounds.
Oh, at least.
I'm not even kidding. The dog is massive.
Oh.
And he makes so much noise when he's moving around.
He's just staring at my beer.
He's always staring at beer.
I know.
So, like, I don't know. This last year and a month has been super shitty in so many ways, but I don't want to talk about that. How has it helped you guys?
The pandemic, like for us, it helped us write an entire album. But for me, on my own, because I had to switch vocal technique, it gave me the time to actually do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to. I would have probably kept repeating the same cycle over and over again when I just couldn't fix it. Cause like when I was false chord streaming, it just all of a sudden I couldn't do it anymore. Like just happened kind of thing. And it was weird.
Right.
My vocal cords were completely fine. I could still sing properly, but my scream just wasn't happening. So I had to completely relearn how to sing or relearn how to scream. So
Wow.
kind of the pandemic has been a blessing in disguise for me in that way, because otherwise I wouldn't have had the time to do it, or wouldn't have had the balls to do it, you know, because we would have been playing shows and stuff, and I would have kind of just dealt with it, you know. But
right,
Sort
kind
of
of
like
figured it
go
out
to
along
work.
the way instead of seeing what you were actually
You know.
capable of from that
Exactly.
point on.
yeah, like
Right.
scary moments, but it's different. So the new album, it's gonna sound a lot different. The screaming technique is different, so we'll see. Hopefully
Awesome.
people
I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm really
No,
excited.
I'm actually looking forward to this album coming out this fall. Like,
Definitely. Yeah. Oh man, every time these guys are up to something, I'm following or watching or
Yeah.
at the show or whatever. Like this not being able to do shows, shit, it really sucks, and it's been really terrible for a lot of us, you know. And same with as far as like venues and stuff go. Everybody's taken a major hit, but I can say doing what I do, because I went from just writing books, like, I mean, I lost that, and I was bartending as well, and I lost both jobs, right? So I ended up getting together with TJ and doing this, and I'm finding that as difficult as it's been for a lot of us in this industry, as terrible as it's been, there goes
Fucking back.
TJ.
Yeah. There we
You
go.
know,
The dog took
you're
my
right
camera
about the
out.
busting size.
Lay down.
There's a lot of people that have kind of like really gone back to, you know, their writing roots, their guitar playing, their this, their that. And somebody said the other night they're going to be really excited about being able to sit in front of a band and go, fuck, man, they got better.
Yep. No,
you know, like they got better, they tightened up, and you know, so it's really shitty that we're losing a lot of the things that we're losing. But I think in hindsight, the things that we still get to keep are going to be better. They're going to be tighter. They're going to be faster. You know,
yeah.
And that being said, too. Oh, Mitchie. That being said, too, what do you think it looks like for live music? Like, do you think we're going to end up having to go back underground? Do you think we're going to get our world back?
I sure hope, because otherwise there's really no hope, honestly, for bands like us, because I mean, we're not on like a huge tour. We're not playing every single time. We're playing more stuff. So for bands who are trying to progress, that would, if we didn't have that scene. So I'm praying that all these little bars and stuff, they're gonna survive through that, you know. But I honestly think once shows happen, they do happening, I'm praying they do, they're probably gonna be like gonna miss it so much that
be
hard, you know. So
well, yeah,
it would
well,
be ridiculous to get tickets to anything when the world opens up. Like, you'll have to be right there instantly, right?
yeah, because everyone would be so excited about it. Sorry, let some light in. It's getting dark.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, like, I know a lot of people are going to be scared. They're going to be keeping their distance and stuff like that. And I'm probably outing myself here, but there's a lot of people like me who are just like, we don't care. We need that hit. We need that sweat. We need that scream. We need that smash into the guy next to us. We, you know, like, I need that.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I used to do. Like, some people buy a house and have a family. All I did was travel and follow bands around, you know, like, and be in that pit for years, right?
I drive my kids to follow bands around now. I got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and the only thing me saying right now is practice and the studio and the hope of new album and stuff. Just like, if I didn't have practice, I would be going psychotic right now. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of people that are trying to make it so that we can get our lives back. So like let's just keep going and keep hoping, because who knows, we might see a break in the light soon, and things they might not. I mean, we'll never go back to normal, but we'll go back to this is pretty good.
Yeah. I think outdoor festivals are going to be a big thing, though.
Pardon?
I think outdoor festivals are going to be the new big thing, though.
Well, yeah, they tried to crush them for a little while. Like, remember we had that summer where it was like festival. There was like Mayhem Festival, and then there was a I want to say a Rockstar Festival, and then there was one other. There's two. Yeah, it was like a summer of festivals, and then all of a sudden they were like, no, we don't festival anymore.
Oh, yeah, I do. And now you got.
Yeah, so
you're all for it.
Like, like it would be nice to see them. Like, mind you, I gotta say, I'm not opposed to an underground music scene again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did
if I had my land, I would say yes to that.
I miss them all.
It is fun to go jam in a basement and fucking just have like 20 of your best friends like moshing around in front of you, right? While you're just doing your thing,
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, I think when it comes to reading the rules and how we interpret the language helps a lot too. We've got this no live streaming rule right now, but
that I don't understand.
No, because you can. You know what? I'm just gonna not. Otherwise, that's what the rest of the show's gonna be. But if we read the language properly, in some aspects, there's some ways around things. And keeping safe at the same, because I know a lot of people are on that. We got to make sure that we do everything by the rules and stuff like that. But if we take the production rules and we apply them to other areas in our lives, we can freely do things that we want, right? So, like, if you guys put a camera in front of you and you're all 6 feet away from each other, as long as you're recording, technically a production.
Yeah.
And you can document, you can live document or production as long as it's being pre-recorded as well as live documented.
Interesting.
So, like, I mean,
don't listen to her. She'll just get you in trouble.
No, I don't think I can but I don't. But yeah, like, I mean, these are the things we need to do. TJ and I started at the beginning of December when it was
lockdown too.
We were in a lockdown too, and because we knew how to operate the language, we've been going all the way through. Even tonight is completely legal. I can't believe I just fucking said that.
Well, yeah, we're all in separate rooms and like separate areas and stuff. But our in-house, that would have probably been hard to do in that sense. But the way she has the new studio set up, you can actually never come in contact with anybody when you're there in that sense, right? But that's no fun, man. I like to sit at that table with people, man, and whether you're just having drinks or you're eating dinner, that conversation that comes out of that, I just crave that, and I can't do that now, right?
We just came over here a little while ago, and what a fucking blast we had with those guys. We'd love to have you guys in-house for a night. Once we can do this, I'd love to have you guys here. My table's almost 10 feet long. So, and the room I'm in is like I would love to hang out with you guys every time I hang out with you guys, it's a blast. But like actually like sit around and shit and enjoy our night and eat some chicken wings and talk about what we did the week before and just
shooting the shit, man.
Around and have a good time, because we all need that. We all need that. And like I said, as long as we manipulate the language, we can do things like that. And I have more than enough room in here to accommodate to keep everybody comfortable and legal.
And legal,
I know people are watching.
Yeah. Of course, it's all legal.
So,
only legal here.
everybody's got a mosh pit story, whether it be from the stage or from the pit, that just it sits there. Nobody can, that's the one that you remember. Sorry, two thoughts at once. But that's what you remember, when you always go back to. Everyone says, hey, you got a concert story, and you're like, oh, this one. You've told it a million times, and it makes you just as excited to tell it every time. So which one is it?
I don't even know. There's honestly, I'm
a bunch of dick.
Specifically from the stage, watching people. I've seen fights break out while we're playing. There was one guy at the Coalition. He, you see the tiles, so you know they're pretty messed up already. Guy was standing right in front of my face, and he grabs one of the ceiling tiles and smashes it over his
I wish I was in there for that, and if I was, I wish I had seen that.
That would have been sick, yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Just, yeah. Incredible. Whatever,
So have you guys done a world tour yet, or have you just stayed kind of Canada and the United States, or?
We had some tour dates set up kind of thing for before the pandemic, nowhere too far, but just kind of mini tours here.
Yeah.
That obviously got shut down, so we haven't really had to even dip our toe into touring besides maybe Montreal, Ottawa, Quebec kind of, right? So hopefully once it's done, or at least maybe once we get vaccinated, there'll be certain countries we can go to tour, instead of here, because they're dragging a little bit, I don't know.
No, I hear you, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well,
enter that chapter.
Yeah.
Pardon?
It would be nice to finally enter that chapter, because we've never had more than a day tour. So
yeah,
unfortunately,
yeah.
We got a few people watching right now. I don't know if you can see the comments up there. I can't see them on my shit. It's all blurry.
I can see some of them. I can't see, and the glasses that I have are all fuzzy for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
I can tell you by the shape of the words. Sarah's watching, and Kyla's watching, and Kevin is watching.
Roxanne says, hey,
from glasses that work.
We just had Roxanne on the show there last Friday. I think it was Late Night Trouble.
Oh, sorry, Roxanne. I didn't see your name.
Yeah, no, I see her here. And then I have another thing that brings up the other comments from all the other channels. It's overwhelming, man. I fucking can't even see it. I'll show you how to use that when I come down for the next fucking in-house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning stuff, right? Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh my God. So where can we find you guys? What are all your social medias?
Well, we got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We don't really use Twitter. We're kind of meh on that.
Yeah,
but, pretty much
everywhere, right?
Yeah. Anything.
Now, I did share up one of your videos from YouTube up on the channel before we did go live. Mm-hmm. And if you're cool with it, I'll share up a few more as I shuffle through and find the ones that are fuck yeah, and then I'll share them up for you if you want.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Right on. Yeah, I share this stuff all the time. Yeah, no, that's
try
awesome.
to, make sure it's out there and get, let people fucking hear this awesome music that's coming out our way. Whether it's fucking from the Hammer. We've had quite a few guests come out of the Hammer now in the last few weeks.
Sure,
lots from Montreal, Texas.
I don't know.
I do. I'm pretty good with geography that way. We've got quite a few. Well, Dan, he's out of fucking the Hammer there from Spengali.
Oh yeah, Dan Varga. He was a fun show.
Buddy. Oh, that was a great show. Mm-hmm.
Well, Hamilton's got a good music scene.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
They've always had a great music scene. I find Hamilton, Niagara, London, Kitchener and Toronto, as far as like all of Ontario go, those are your scenes that people
You got
kind of
some.
flock.
You got one good band out of Peterborough that I know of, like Cross Dogs, right? And then you have here in Barrie's, fucking Die Sci-Fi, Green Light District. You know all the.
Yeah, the music is great that comes out of those areas, 100%. But the scene, like
the scene itself is slim.
Had the Toronto scene in there, but Toronto scene is all bands from other scenes coming together. I think.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good
before
bands.
Lockdown, I was supposed to go with my buddy Dan. He's one of the guys of the Four Horsemen that we always ride to the concert together, right? We always, no matter, I've even flown from Georgia all the way to Ontario just to drive to Chicago with these guys. You know what I mean? Like that's how tight it is for the concert scene with us. But yeah, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the punk scene in Hamilton. Every Sunday there was a big punk show everywhere for a while, right before lockdown. And I was finally, all right, Dan, I'm going with you. Because he'd drive up there every Sunday by himself, even just to watch these local bands you guys have coming out, right? And lockdown happened. I'm pissed at myself. I never went to at least one, you know what I mean? Like,
well, hopefully it'll be happening again. I hope so anyways. It better.
Yeah, we'll give it some time. So, do you guys have a specific area to find your merch? Because I don't have any of your t-shirts. Or hoodies, for that matter.
Yes. We are selling all of our stuff on BandCamp. We posted a few times on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. Good, like, because BandCamp will waive their fees, so like all the money goes to the artists. Usually, right. But yeah, our BandCamp is where we're selling it.
Perfect. Right on. Right
on. Always hit and miss. You always hear like bands, not to interrupt or anything, but like with BandCamp, it seems to be more artists involved where you actually receive a lot of the stuff, and then you have your fucking Spotify, which gives you like a fucking half of a cent per stream or something like that. It's hard to find a good platform that supports your band, like that supports you as a band and supports all the bands that we have, right? It seems to be BandCamp seems to be the one that's kicking ass on supporting our bands as far as music streaming and stuff goes, right?
It's been really awesome, especially doing like those Fridays. It helps out a ton, and people are more likely to support the artists when they know that it's fully going to them too, right? So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why normally I buy my merch at the live show when like the band's selling you the t-shirt. Yeah, oh fuck here, bud. I'll buy one of, like, I watched Tammy, who's one of our friends that we always go to shows together. She bought one of everything on the Hell Yeah table. We did the math and everything, and boo, she scored it all up, man. She was like, one of everything, boys. Right now we're talking with the band, you know, like she's the one who gave me the idea to actually turn this show into a fucking music show and start bringing people different music and all that. I got to give her credit for that all the way on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just drinking beer and hunting before, making bullets and shooting shit, right? Not a very fun show, you know, but
I mean, it worked for the time.
Yeah, it worked for sure. It got me used to being on camera and just doing stupid shit, not worrying about it, right? Then it got me used to going live, right? And then, poof, now it's like, I think I'm pretty good. We'll go ahead and get some bands on the show, right? Next thing I know, my first interview. Yeah, I drove all the way to Arizona for the first real band that said, yeah, we'll come on your fucking show, right? Got to give them a shout out. No Paradise down in Tucson, Arizona, baby. They're a great band. I got to post up some of their new videos they just brought out, right?
Right on. So, what are some bands you want to give a shout out to? Since, like, I know you've worked with lots of local bands, lots of bands that I know and have hung out with and stuff. So, like, who do you think people should be listening to?
I would have to say my favorite in our local scene would have to be Johnny No Cash.
Mine too.
I leaned in so I could hear better for some reason. I was like, I'm listening, right?
Yeah. She said Johnny No Cash. She said Hall Pass.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They're we just had them on the show. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a great bunch of guys.
Out of all the like, yes, I do. I love the guys like Raider, APOC, Invicta, like that whole.
Yeah.
But like,
those guys.
you know, but China cash ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. When we
Okay.
were talking about buying one of everything off the table.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where I bought it. One of everything off the table. I actually have Head Alone tattooed on my ribs.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, and I tattooed it on me before I actually like knew who they were and like actually them and stuff. It was the it's just the first. I think it's like the first four lines of the song.
Oh, okay.
But I guess it was perfect timing for where I was in life. And then somebody was like, "Hey, you should listen to these guys," and I was like, "No fucking way, man."
Yep.
So yeah, and I actually ended up getting to work with him for Sofa City Sounds. He's in the last book that I released, and what a fucking great guy to work with, man.
You might as well give
He's
another
so
shameless little plug there about books. Didn't you just score this big, huge, fucking awesome deal? Or are we allowed to talk about that or no?
well, yeah, we're allowed to talk about it. It's all over the internet now.
Yeah, that's I just wondering.
Like it's all over the internet. It's in every KISS group there is right now. I got asked to co-author Kiss Crazy with Chris Ricci, and we're looking at it being a global compilation of tribute bands and artists alike and fans, and so it's getting pretty crazy already. Like there's a website for it, and we've got the Kiss Crazy community on Facebook, and you know, like it's we've already got quite a few submissions, and I know, like I'm thinking about it while I'm saying it out loud, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the craziest project I've ever had. So yeah, so I just started that a couple of days ago, and I'm excited. So if you know any Kiss freaks, fanatics, fans that have anything, whether it's a piece of artwork that they've done, a tattoo, a story, an encounter with Kiss, you know, their tribute band, anything like that, something they have that nobody else has, please send them my way. Definitely. This book's going to be...
That goes out to everybody out there watching.
Pardon?
We should give a shout out to our buddy from our Monday show there. It was Danny, wasn't it?
Oh, I just did. I just did.
Oh, perfect. Sorry. I was kind of fucking drifting off there.
Yeah. He's the one who was on Monday night.
Yeah, Mondays, baby. Mondays. Well, do we have a Monday show next week?
Nope, that was our last Monday.
Fuck, thank God. No offense, but oh man, it's hard to rush home from work. Even tonight, I was telling you, hey, I'll send you the link 6:30 and be home in no time. I normally don't work Fridays, but because of the Monday, I work the Friday and shit, right? When I walked in the door at 7 o'clock, hey, how's it going, right? We still cool?
Yawn City right now, up at like 5 in the morning, so I'm just like,
I get up at the same time. Well, how about this? Is there anything else that you want to tell the world before we kick them in the conversation and keep you to ourselves for a little while? And then you, I imagine, very much like myself, would probably be crashing soon.
I'm just like,
5 a.m. is my bed, my wake time too. So
yeah. I don't know. Like, basically, I just want to say to anyone who's listening, hang in there. Basically, like, it's gonna get better, I suppose. And also,
yeah, world's opening soon, man. You know,
it will. Just give it some time, man. There's a lot of people that give a shit about our freedom, and I know that in some instance this is about our health. Like, I'm not gonna downplay that in any way, shape, or form. But I don't think it's about our health this time. I think this far into it, we've done this a few times, and what the definition of insanity to keep it light
No,
and
keep doing the same
keep
thing over
everybody
and
happy
over.
with what's coming out of my mouth, I guess.
Mm.
But yeah, there's people that care about that and that are working really hard to get our right to choose back.
Yeah.
To say it politely.
Yeah.
So on that note,
Well,
I'm going to kick everybody else out of this conversation and keep you to ourselves for 5 minutes. And yeah, hopefully
Thanks
we
for
can
watching.
do this again. And there's a couple of, we'll have it just you anytime, of course. But hopefully
Of
we
course.
can get to see a couple of the guys with you next time too. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, all
On
right.
that note-
On that note, I'm kicking everybody
so
out.